Welcome to the Stories of Christmas. My name is MyLinda Butterworth, and I will be your teller of tales during this festive season. Today, we hear a true story about a group of orphans and how one little boy's paper drawing of the nativity changed hearts in Two Babes in a Manger. Author unknown. In 1994, two Americans answered an invitation from the Russian Department of Education to teach morals and ethics based on biblical principles in the public schools. They were invited to teach at prisons, businesses, the fire and police departments, and a large orphanage. About 100 boys and girls who had been abandoned, abused, and left in the care of a government-run program were in the orphanage. They related the following story in their own words. It was nearing the holiday season, 1994, time for our orphans to hear for the first time the traditional story of Christmas. We told them about Mary and Joseph arriving in Bethlehem, finding no room in the inn. The couple went to a stable where the baby Jesus was born and placed in a manger. Throughout the story, the children and orphanage staff sat in amazement as they listened. Some sat on the edges of their stools, trying to grasp every word. Contemplating the story, we gave the children 3 small pieces of cardboard to make a crude manger. Each child was given a small paper square cut from yellow napkins I had brought with me. No colored paper was available in the city. Following instructions, the children tore the paper and carefully laid strips in the manger for straw. Small squares of flannel cut from a worn-out nightgown the American lady had thrown away as she left Russia were used for the baby's blanket. A doll-like baby was cut from tanned felt we had brought from the United States. The orphans were busy assembling their manger as I walked among them to see if they needed any help. All went well until I got to one table where little Misha sat. He looked to be about 6 years old and had finished his project. As I looked at the little boy's manger, I was startled to see not one, but 2 babies in the manger. Quickly, I called for the translator to ask the lad why there were 2 babies in the manger. Crossing his arms in front of me and looking at his completed manger, the scene, the child began to repeat the story very seriously. For such a young boy who had only heard the Christmas story once, he related the happenings accurately until he came to the part where Mary, the baby Jesus in the manger. Then Misha started to ad-lib. He made up his own ending to the story as he said, "And when Maria laid the baby in the manger, Jesus looked at me and asked me if I had a place to stay. I told him I have no mama and I have no papa, so I don't have any place to stay. Then Jesus told me I could stay with him, but I told him I couldn't because I didn't have a gift to give him like everybody else, but I wanted to stay with Jesus so much I thought about what I had that maybe I could give as a gift. I thought maybe I could keep him warm, and that would be a good gift. So I asked Jesus, if I keep you warm, will that be a good enough gift? And Jesus told me, if you keep me warm, that will be the best gift anybody ever gave me. So I got into the manger, and then Jesus looked at me and he told me I could stay with him for always." As little Misha finished his story, his eyes brimmed full of tears that splashed down his little cheeks. Putting his hand over his face, he dropped to the table and his shoulders shook as he sobbed and sobbed. The little orphan had found someone who would never abandon nor abuse him, someone who would care for him for always. I've learned that it's not what you have in your life, but who you have in your life that counts. And here is where I end my tale for today. But I'll be back with more stories. Many more stories. Thanks for joining me today as we explore stories from around the world. If you enjoyed this story, please let us know and give us a thumbs up. For more stories like this one, check out our book, Crazy About Christmas. Until then, enjoy everything this season has to offer. Bye for now. Sharoth Davam, or Merry Christmas.